Hi, I'm Mike Zlocki from the Kitsap Banjo Club and TuBanjos. We have been looking at the fretboard and fingerboard for the tenor and plectrum banjos and working with a circle of fifths. So here's a tenor banjo, and if I was to hold up the circle of fifths here, we'll see that it is tuned in fifths. I've added an F and an E so I can fill out part of the circle of fifths here. So this is plectrum tuning, and you'll see that the first string's a D, the third is a G, the fourth is a C. I've added an A and an E in front of it in order to fill out the circle of fifths, and an F afterwards. So it looks like this. Here was the plectrum tuning with a B between here. Now I left off this B note in order to play the circle of fifths and play harmony on the plectrum banjo. But it's a very important string, and as we get into chords, I'll explain how this string is going to be duplicated in majors and minor chord forms. So don't feel too slighted if you play plectrum. We're going to get to that. So I've added an E and an A to the tuning and eliminated the second string, the B string, that we'll solve in just a few minutes. So let's take a look at the tenor banjo here. So what we're going to do is use the tenor banjo, go down the first string, and then we're going to play a game called a circle of fifths, or what's next to. And we're going to use this to go to the second, third, and fourth strings. But let's go down and take a look at the going down the neck, the fretboard going down. You'll see that the C is right on one of the markers. The D is on a marker. The E is on a marker, and the F is not. The G and the A and the B and the C is repeating at the 12th fret here. So the fact that B and C are together and E and F are together, and it looks like a piano, doesn't it? So here's the plectrum tuning. So we have a D, an E and an F, and the F is on the marker. E and the F are together. G is on the marker. A is on the marker. B and C are together here, and C is on the marker. D at the 12th fret where it starts all over again. E and F, G, A and B and C. So we're going to use this and draw it out on a piece of paper for the neck of the banjo, and then we'll be able to figure out chords from those. So I'll leave this on for just a few seconds while you can take a look at it and maybe copy it down if you need to. But if you play tenor or plectrum, we're going to find out that both these instruments are very related to each other. And you'll see that the B and the C and the E and the F are together on both instruments, and how they go down and right on the markers. We're going to do a simplified version of the chords, so it's going to be kind of a, you'll have to do some more work on it in order to learn how to play all the rest of the chords. But some of these we'll be able to figure right out on the markers.